Okay. Okay, see if we got anybody coming in here. Trying to get into this other live stream here. Get this set up here. Okay, we've got one person in here. Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on with the webcam on my computer. So using the phone here and live stream seems to be working. I don't know what's going on with the web camera. So we'll see. Wait for a few other folks, see if they move over to this live stream here. It's going to be a little jiggly since I'm holding my camera here. Or my phone, I should say. Give me a thumbs up there if the volume is good. Let me know. I don't know how to end that other live stream. I don't know how to close it. If I do that, see if that'll close it. Hey, there's Chris. How you doing, Chris? Hopefully everyone's getting the message to move over to this channel here. I'm not sure what's happening with the other live stream. It's not even letting me close it. So it still shows it's live. It's not even letting me stop the live stream. Let me try to send it private, see if that gets it. Oh man, of course first time going live, there's going to be difficulties. Again, I don't know what's up with the camera on the computer there. It tested just fine, and of course, like I say, the test went fine. It started just fine. Chris, you heard me initially. It started just fine, and then it started spinning. I tried to restart it, and I believe you didn't even have sound at that point. I don't know what the deal is with that. I will have to look into that before I ever try to go live with that webcam again. See if we get a couple more people logging in here if they just gave up on me. It's still live. It still shows on my dashboard. It still shows that is live, and I don't know how to kill it because the controls for that particular um, um, chat is not moving. It won't let me type in, but it won't let me. Uh, I'm trying to let everyone know that I've moved to another live chat, but like I say, it won't even let me turn that one off. So who knows how long that'll run. I've tried closing the window. I will look at that after we get Ala here. But I'm not sure. Like I say, I'll take a look at that later, and meanwhile it'll run, I guess. I don't know what's going on with that window, so let a few more people. Looks like they're starting to log in here. Again, I apologize if you're just coming into here. I don't know what's going on with the webcam. It initially started to work. First live, things like this happen. You see it here. So we've moved to my camera. Live seems to be working just fine here. It happens. The computer is just spinning and spinning. I'm not sure why. Same network, just different cameras, I guess. So we'll give a couple more minutes for folks to transfer over, and we'll get started here. Michael was in here. Is Michael gotten logged back in here? No, our 400 subscriber winner. He's not back in here yet. I believe he said he had to go take care of the cows. Hey, we all have something. I have chickens and bees, and well, a lot of us have bees. He has cows. Okay, getting quite a few. I appreciate you logging in. I'm going to see if I can't set this down here. Again, I apologize. I was not planning on using my phone. Okay. How's that? Okay. I'm trying to watch on my second computer over here, and got my camera set up down here. So we'll see if this. I apologize for the initial connection, and it won't let me turn it off. So I'm not sure yet. Turn off the initial chat, but we'll worry about that later. Okay. So like I say, Michael's not here yet. He was here. He popped in, but had to go take care of the cows. This is what he won for the 400 subscriber deal. You can see that guy there engraved. My signature as well on there, and presented to him. So you can see that. Nice little hive tool. This is for 400. Now, real quick, how we got to 400 was kind of an adventure, because we had got to 185 subscribers in April. And then I'm not sure what happened. The logarithms in YouTube are funky. I don't know what happened, but in 1 week time, we went from 185 to 325 in 1 week, 7 days. Boom. 145 there in 1 week. It's been 2 months it took to reach 400 after that. 2 whole months. So I don't know how YouTube works. Most of us given up trying to figure out how the logarithms work. I don't know. I'd love to have weeks like that again. That would be fantastic. Coming up for 500 and on, we're going to up the ante just a little bit here. I'm going to try to do some things here. I'm going to pick this up again, move it around. You can see I'm working on a wedding right now. I've got mugs there. Also, I have items like these back here. I don't know if anybody would be interested in hydro flask or growlers, or just any kind of a mug. And of course, you can't forget my world famous honey. Hey, might just include some of that as well. So I don't know for sure what we're going to be doing for 500, but something like some of that back there would be my guess, is what we'll do. Let me put this back down so I'm not jiggling. I'm not the most steady person, so. Is that better? My thumbs are not in the middle of the camera. It's kind of an odd view angle there, but like I said, I wasn't planning on using this camera. Apologize for that. I did want to show you, since we're here, real quick. Let me look at comments real fast before I move on. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm out of view here. It's the only way I say we're in an odd situation here, working, trying to make it do here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, hit the like button. I like that. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate that. Do hit the like button. That's much appreciated. Down below here, please hit the like button. I want to show you something with these little jars. These are little 4-ounce jars. Just an FYI. If you've not tried to fill one with one of these little guys here, these little 4-ounce jars are not easy to fill from that little 4-ounce jar, or from this valve here. You're going to make a mess. Bigger jars work great, but this thing fills up so fast that I was making a mess with this guy here. Let me show you what we found here. Went to Bed and Bath, believe it or not. Found this guy here. He's got this little valve on the bottom. Watch this here. Watch this here. Watch this. You squeeze that. Oops, get that camera right. Fill that up. Stop, let go of the thing. Boom. Done. Fill the next one. Let go of the thing and boom. It's done. I mean, I can fill these relatively quick with no mess whatsoever. This is a handy little tool to, if you've not played with one of these, it stops it almost instantly up there. Get a couple little drips and it's done. That's got that, I don't know if you can see it in there. It pinches it inside there. But this is a handy little guy to have. But like I say, fills those little jars up in no time. Just wanted to pass that along. I was out here engraving these lids for these and filling some jars here. Thought I would share that while we were online here. For anybody that might be interested. Put this back down. I thought it was a cool idea anyhow. Honey. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Who doesn't like honey? Love it. Okay. Okay, we've covered the contest, the upcoming contest. By the way, I do plan on making 1,000 before Hive Life Conference in January. That's a goal of mine. Don't know if I'll make it, but that is my goal. My personal goal is making 1,000 by then. You're not compensated until you do. You're not really compensated much even then. It's not much of anything, but I really would like to hit that. That's my personal goal of hitting by January. It's a pretty lofty goal for someone that just started a YouTube channel earlier this year. But that is my goal I'm shooting for. Anyhow, I'm trying to hit that 1,000. Like I say, I'm not compensated. I don't get the sponsors beating on my door I don't have spinners sitting here that the retailers want to give away $900 spinners and uh, so forth to me. That's not happening, at least this time. Great for those that do. I think it's fantastic. I believe I wanted one too. But I am not in that category quite yet. But I appreciate you watching my videos. I appreciate if you share the videos. Thumbs up always helps. Um, are there any questions right now? Any questions? Stop eating the profit. By the way, I'm not selling. I don't have enough honey this year uh, to make very profits. Really, we're giving away to friends and family, the postman, the UPS lady, people like that. Um, what happened is I got about a third of the honey that I had expected because a couple of my hives, the queens got up through the queen excluder and laid into the honey supers. So I had a lot of brood where the week before I had honey. So I got a lot less honey than I had expected. I was really disappointed. Had I pulled those honey supers a week or two sooner, and like I said, I'm not sure how the queen did it because she laid above and below the queen excluder in both hives. So the other hives I didn't have supers on, but those are the only two I was only working on honey with. The others were just all splits. Um, so there's only 31 pounds of honey, so not a lot of honey to be making a lot of profit. Maybe next year. I'm really hoping for a fall flow. As you know, last year there was nothing. In fact, I'll tell you what I got last year. Exactly. I got 4.3 ounces of honey last year. That's right. I'm so proud. 4.3 ounces of honey. What I did is I left the supers on during the dearth, and the bees pretty much ate everything. The dearth was pretty severe last year, and they ate pretty much everything. It would have been cheaper for me to give them sugar water. I learned later. Um, my mistake. Like I say, there was quite a bit of honey, and they consumed it. I did not. Uh, didn't let that happen this year. They've got plenty on their hives right now, but I got what I could. So now back to questions. Yes, Chris, that is a batter dispenser. That's exactly what that is. I wish I had a little thing to hold this up like this. That would be convenient. I actually have a mount for it, but I was not planning on using the camera tonight. Lasering the lids? No. I have several lasers. I um, I use a fiber laser for these lids. They take what I want to say, roughly about 4 minutes a piece, maybe 5 minutes a piece, 4 or 5, somewhere in there to laser the lids. So it's not a huge amount of time. I wouldn't want to do hundreds of lids. For a novelty, for a whole bunch of them that I've got here, probably a few dozen. It's not an issue, but for hundreds, it's not real practical. Brazil, well, welcome. Any other questions? I don't want to take the whole evening here. Stream team's going to be on a little later, and I'd hate to step on them there, take away all their audience here. Yeah, like I can compete against those guys. They're great guys. They really are. Uh, any other questions? Oh, I did mention I was going to change my format a little bit. What I'm going to try to do, well, let me backtrack just a little bit. Um, Years ago, I used to teach computers at St. Leo's College and City Colleges of Chicago, and I was not very good at it. Um, when I say I wasn't very good at it, I was good at the information. I just was not good at relaying it. They would type something in, and I would have them type in the code, and 10 minutes later, Mr. Bateson, Mr. Bateson, yes, may I help you? It's not doing anything. Hit enter. Yeah, I had trouble relating to that level. Um, I've been doing the same thing with the bees in some part here. I need to explain things a lot better than I have been. So what I'm going to try to do is cut down my segments into smaller pieces. Instead of scattering a whole bunch of different things into one video subjects, I want to try to limit the subject matter and go into more detail on explaining exactly what it is that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Uh, a lot of folks have been asking about that, so I'm gonna, including my wife. So I'm gonna try to get there so I can explain that just a little bit. And this camera is shaking like crazy. I'm gonna try to set it down again. I know the angle is not the best, but I'm gonna drive someone crazy if I keep holding that thing. Again, the camera angle's not the best, but it's steady there. So those are the kind of changes I'm hoping to make. Can't guarantee I'm going to be perfect at it, but that's what I'm going to try to do, is to explain things a little bit better. Okay. How long have I been beekeeping? Believe it or not, this is only my second year. Um, I'm a type of person, when I get into something, I throw myself into it and I learn everything there is to learn about it. I was studying probably for 6 months before I got bees, and I haven't stopped since. Um, I'm constantly learning. Um, I don't generally, and you may have picked up on this, use what is considered common practices. I like to kind of walk on the edge, if you will, um, push boundaries, um, do things that are not considered normal. Bees are really flexible. They really are. I mean, yes, you can kill bees and you can drive bees away, but man, they are really flexible and they will let you make a lot of mistakes. They really will. And in the process, you can find a lot of better ways of doing things too. Um, I really hate on you, oh, on YouTube, I'm sorry, on Facebook when I hear this negativity, when people are saying, this is the way you do it. This is the only way you do it. You do it any other way, you are wrong. That drives me nuts. Absolutely nuts. Because it's not. I mean, those of us that are beekeepers know there are dozens of ways to do the exact same thing, and most of them are right. I mean, you can really do a lot of different things with the bees. You know, uh, take for example the QMP package video I recently put out. That's an odd way to create a package. By all standards, I should be feeding that nuke out there. I should be providing them all kind of resources out there. That's what you normally do to a package. I'm not. because I'm experimenting. I want to find out what's going to happen with that small package. Um, it doesn't give them a lot of hope, but it teaches me. I learn. So then I can then in turn relay that information of what I learned for future references, what exactly happened with that. So I know, and then you'll know exactly what the limits are for things. I say I just don't like the standards saying this is what you have to do in every single case. Logic says that's probably the best practice, but I think the bees can take care of themselves quite often too. And that's what I want to find out in that case, how well the bees can take care of themselves. It's a small hive, like I say, it's just a nuke, and I want to find out how well they can. The worst case scenario, I will merge them with one of my resource hives. But we will find out how well they manage themselves in that hive. I believe there was another question. Let's see, where'd it go? Um, do, 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 do. What got me interested in beekeeping? Well, we downsized right before I retired um, from a small from a big house on a small lot to a house on a 5 acres. I call that downsizing. But we got 5 acres here, and when we moved in, my wife and I discussed a lot of different things to do with the property. Um, and goats and chickens and bees. We've got the chickens, and so then came time to my retirement. I decided it was time to do the bees. So I've gotten into the bees. I started with 4 hives my first year. Um, Talked with a gentleman last year, or I'm sorry, beginning of the year, January, and he says your experience, Tim, is not a first year beekeeper. He says your experience is a 3 or 4 year beekeeper, because I did a lot last year. I merged hives, I split hives, I removed bad queens. I did a lot of different things that a first year probably wouldn't normally do, um, because I wanted to learn, and I was anxious to see what would happen. And for the most part, I was successful. For the most part, and that continued this year. I'm up to 10 colonies now. Um, I'd like to start selling a few, except I'm still waiting on state inspector. I don't know when they're going to show up, if they're going to show up, because I'd like to start selling a few, maybe move into selling nukes. But until that state inspector shows up, I can't do that. At least that's my understanding here in Ohio. I can't. So I've been waiting for that. I've got right now. I've got all sassafras. I had a mixture last year. I had some Italian, and I had some. I had a big swarm as well. So I guess those were mutts. But this year I have all my hives are sassafras. I guess the queens have gone out and got mated. I guess you would consider those mutts. So I guess I do have some mixtures there, but they are based in sassafras, if you will. But all the queens and all the main hives are all sassafras bees. That's what I decided I wanted to try. The mite counts last year compared to the Italians were a fraction. I mean, it was just no comparison. I treated all my hives, but there was just no comparison between the Italian bees and the sassafras bees when it comes to mite counts. None at all. Um, so that's why I decided to go with all sassafras and see where we were at this year with just one breed of bee, and see what happened with that. Uh, that pretty much answer your question there, Chris. Any other questions? Where are we at? 47 minutes. Most of that was waiting for the stream to start, I guess. What an experience. Um, any other questions? Did Michael ever come back? He probably didn't find us live stream. Sorry about that, Michael. Laramie Farms. Anything else I can answer? Or try to answer? The silence fills the room. This was great about the other chats where they have people, that, you know, the Bobs, they're chatting back and forth there. They got someone to chat with, to throw things off of. Uh, it's not what I have, and I won't be having a lot of these, so it's not like I'm going to be doing this weekly or anything like that. But periodically, I would like to have chats, and I may just resort to the phone here if I can't. I'll probably test the computer one time, just myself, just an unannounced stream, just to test it. But the actual streams, I'll do the same thing. I'll actually put out a notice. But if I do that, I'll plan on using the phone, or I'll have tested the computer and have worked out the bugs with that. Um, Call Reynoldsburg. Is that the where they're located? That to do the inspection. Is that where the state inspector is for Ohio? Randy? All I know is I send my money to Columbus, Ohio, and they send me a letter saying, here's your number. I'll have to look into that. I just assume when you sign up to sell queens and nukes that they have to do an inspection. I just assumed that was a mandatory function of what they do. But I guess you could never assume anything. Here in Ohio, you have to have a license if you want to sell queens or nukes. Uh, Honey, no, you can do anything you want with honey, but to sell queens and nukes, you have to be inspected, and they give you a little license. Generally, that license, from what I understand, those that do it come about the end of the year for that year. So basically, the next year, the following year, you have the license for the previous year. That's what it amounts to. And that's what I'm hoping is to get inspected this year. So next spring when I really have a lot of nukes, that's what I'm planning. I'll have this year's license to display, to show people here's my license. That's what I'm hoping to have. So, are there any more questions? Anything else I can answer here, or anything else I can show you? Um, any other director? I will write that down. Thank you, Randy. I will write that down and see if I can't get the ball rolling on that. If you have any thoughts on the 500 subscriber giveaway, let me know. And like I say, I should be announcing that as we get closer. As I mentioned earlier, it could be a week, it could be 2 months. Don't know how YouTube works here. Um, Sometimes just a suggestion on another YouTuber site gets the ball rolling. Sometimes sharing these videos gets the ball rolling. Uh, you just never know. Like I say, you can get 100 subscribers in a week. You can get 75 in 2 months. Uh, you don't know. So, but I don't think we're far away from 500 here. So I plan on giving something nice away at that time. So hopefully we can get that here. I appreciate everyone logging in. I really, really, really do here. I know it's an odd time of day. The problem we have in the evening is there's a lot of big YouTubers in the evening. For example, coming up here shortly is the stream team this evening. Probably doesn't get much bigger than that. Those guys pretty much command the airways when it comes to YouTube and bees, as far as chats go. Um, they're a great bunch of guys. If you don't listen to them, which I think all of you do, I do suggest you log in, listen to them. 8 o'clock this evening. I think they've got the Dirt Rooster on tonight. Little guy. I think he's got something like maybe 100,000 subscribers. Small little channel, 100,000 channel, subscribers. I'm almost there. Anyway, anything else? Been beekeeping for 32 years. Wow, Randy, that's real quick, Randy. What type of beekeeping do you do? Are you into the honey, or are you do you sell the bees, or both there? Hey, Roy. I'm sorry about the angle here again. It's the only way I can place the camera, or so I don't shake when I hold it. I was not planning on using my camera for this live. It was a last minute change. Sorry about that. Honey and Nukes. Honey and Nukes sounds like a cereal. Whereabouts are you, Randy? I'm sorry here. I'm moving out of frame here, but I'm trying to read the other screen. Okay, maybe that'll work a little bit better. I moved it to another screen. Okay, 500-acre farm. So that's just a little bigger than my 5-acre. 500-acre farm. I'm sorry, I'm getting a feedback here. Bigger than my. Okay, get rid of that feedback. Yeah, 500 acres. That's a little bigger than my 5-acre. Just a little. You got a little bit of room there for bees. Mansfield, yes, I'm familiar with that area. I originally was from a little town up there called Fostoria. That's where I hail from originally. Not too far, a little ways from Mansfield, but up northern Ohio, anyhow. Any other questions? Yeah, a lot of soybeans. Yeah, a lot of it's all the trains that go through there. A lot of trains, grain elevators, that kind of stuff up there. Uh, yeah. Now we've got 13 people. I'm impressed. For our first live, that's I say that and then it dropped. It's dropping. It's still dropping. Maybe I should stop laughing. That's causing the problem. Um, any other questions? Uh, 13 live. 13 yeah. Yeah, I what I need to do is like Brian has on Stream Team is one of those wheels. I need to get that software installed here. I really do. I need to grab that software, download it, and do just that for the next live stream. And for those that log in, that's a very good idea. Uh, just reward the folks that do log in. Uh, there's a little package collecting any nectar. Um, the last I checked on them, well, I don't think anybody's bringing any nectar. I haven't seen anything come in on any of my hives right now. The bees don't want me anywhere near them. I mean, I go out there and they send me packing. It doesn't matter if I'm suited up or not. I have taken more stings in the last month than I have in the last year. Even suited. They do not want to be messed with right now. Not at all. Um, so I don't believe they're bringing anything in. What way have I incorporated computer into beekeeping? In what way? Yeah, I know, Raina. You folks are still having a flow up north. Ours ended by the end of June, beginning of July. It was over. I pulled my honey supers the last weekend of June and put them back on. They cleaned them up in 24 hours. I was impressed how well they cleaned them up, and they filled a few cells over the next couple days, and it was done. There's been nothing since. I mean, we have tons of clover here. Clover is everywhere, but evidently there's no nectar. They're not bringing anything in. I've checked supers a couple times. There is nothing. Uh, and some of the deeps that had honey in the deeps, those are getting thinner. They haven't eaten, of course, it's still early. They haven't eaten all that, but those are getting a little bit lighter. I'm not planning on feeding any of mine this year, at least till winter. Hopefully, I won't have to then. If there's a good flow, they'll put on enough weight that I won't need to. I plan on overwintering at most with one deep and a medium on mine. Is how I plan on overwintering this year. Yeah, well, like I say, right now they're defensive here, Randy. They they like I say, I can't go anywhere near. I mean, if you just walk out into the apiary, I mean, it's not like they buzz you. That's not the thing. If I mean, you have your face shield on, and they are pinging you. I mean, they are bam, bam, bam. They are beating your face shield, trying to reach you. That's the way they are right now. So I just, unless I need to do something with them, I try to avoid it right now. Just let them be. Um, Unless I need to do some maintenance, I'm not really doing a lot out in the apiary right now. I did do a lot of collecting of data over winter. I have got, in my 4 hives over winter, I had heat and humidity sensors. Just cheap, just cheap sensors. Um, I can't recall the name offhand. It's on my phone that I'm using for this right now, so I can't get it. But I used those. I had them. They're made for cigars and so forth, but they're real like $14 a piece off of Amazon. I had those in the hive, so I was able to monitor the heat and humidity. And in November and December, I made a lot of changes to my hives to adjust for those things, because you could see the humidity and heat go like this a lot. Then once I started making changes, there was very little changes. It was more like this. Once I made certain changes, things like getting rid of gabled roofs. I found massive changes in fluctuation by getting rid of the gabled roofs. The upper ventilation, the upper insulation, things like that made a massive difference in the fluctuation of heat and humidity. So those type of things are things that I've been monitoring, and I did it kind of casually last winter. This winter, I would like to get a little deeper into it and actually work on a pretty decent spreadsheet on it and monitor it a little more closer this winter. But those are the kind of things that the kind of data that I've had worked on so far. Last year, I collected very detailed notes. Very detailed notes. If I walked out in an apiary and breathed, I wrote down a note about it. This year, pretty much my vlogs are my notes. I've kind of slacked off. I need to go back and keep better notes. That is something I need to do. Yeah, the taping. I did do that. Yes, yes. There were drafts in some of the joints. I did tape. Yes, I used Gorilla tape. Yes, I did do that, and that made a difference. As far as feeding, Randy, you're right. Um, but I feel right now, and I could be wrong. You have 35 years experience. Um, but if they have frame after frame of honey in those hives right now, uh, my understanding is if they don't consume that honey, they won't. If they don't consume the honey in the next few months, they're not going to consume it. It's not like, you know, if you leave it on there long enough, they'll consume it sooner or later. My understanding is they don't. After a certain period of time, they don't consume the honey. I mean, it's not like it goes bad for you and I, but as far as the bees concerned, they don't. I mean, that's what people like Cayman Reynolds and so forth, they've discovered is at a certain period point, the bees just don't care for the honey when it gets to be a certain age. Um, at least that's what I'm hearing from them. So that's what my feeling is, that let them eat the honey that they've collected. That's why I've left it there. Otherwise, I'd be spinning out every little frame or partial frame that is on there and throwing sugar water on there. That's my thought anyhow. Please let me know where I'm at with that. Hey, Hunter. Happy birthday again, Hunter, by the way. Oh, Hunter, real quick. Got it right here. It's my fault I haven't got it in the mail yet, Hunter. Sorry about that. Uh, Hopefully tomorrow I will get this in the mail, but here it is. Would you like me to open it for you? I won't. Sorry. My grandson's birthday the other day. I'm sorry. Now back to where we were. Um, Got another grandson's birthday this week. Let's see. I got six grandkids and one great grandkid. So a lot of them. Let's see. When can I? When can I help you? Oh, Hunter, you can come down anytime. I've got a bee suit for you. I've got a bee suit, and if it doesn't fit, we can find one that does. Anytime you want it, and if you want to stay back a little further while I work the bees, that's not a problem. And if you want to just drive around in the UTV with Grampy, you can do that too. Let's see. Um, I am not as concerned about them making brood quite yet. I'm worried about the winter brood when that comes around here, September, October, November, when they're making the winter brood. I'm definitely concerned about that, and I definitely want to make sure they are fed and healthy for their winter brood. Um, I don't have a problem with them downsizing a little bit right now because I do want to get them into single deeps for winter. I do plan on having them in single deeps with a medium on top. Um, is the way I plan on overwintering them this year. That's what I'm planning on doing. I don't know if I'll get them all down into single deep or not, but that is my plan. So if the I have less brood right now, that kind of plays into where I'm headed with the way I want them. But at like I say, come September, October, I will definitely make sure they are well fed so that winter brood is really healthy and strong to get them through the winter. If that makes sense, at least that's my thought. Anyhow, that's what I'm planning to do. Um, I really don't want to do any more splits if I can help it. This late in the year, it's really hard to get them going. I don't have the comb to put in them. If I had a lot of established comb, if I was a beekeeper, like Randy for 35 years, I would probably have a lot of comb that I could put into those splits and do it. But just foundation this time of year is really rough to try to. I mean, you can feed, and then that helps them build a foundation, but they still don't build foundation like they do in the springtime. They go nuts in the springtime building foundation, but it's still not as prolific um, this time of year. So if I had to comb, yeah, uh, making splits would really be the perfect thing to do to those boxes to bring down the size of those colonies. But that's again not doesn't work for me right now. Hunter, no, you actually can't. Um, well, I probably could, but it's so far back in the back part of the property, and the heat index right now is well over 100 out there. I would be drenched in sweat before we reach the bees. It is miserable outside. And I don't know that folks would want to stick around while I walk for 5 minutes out into the across the yard to reach the bees. Sorry, sorry, Hunter. Yeah, I got some of the double screen, and those were great in the spring. Yeah, those are fantastic. Um, do you, do you have established comb though, or are you using just fresh foundation for those? Um, I love the double screen boards. I mean, I need to expand my use of them uh, because I just understand there's so many other uses for them. I dabbled with them a little bit this year, uh, and I just understand there's a lot of different uses for them, and I need to experiment more with them. What was about moisture, wet spots? I don't know what that question was about moisture and wet spots, joints. I didn't. I guess that one missed me. um, the UTV is put away right now, Hunter. Uh, it's it's in the other garage. Uh, it's kind of noisy to get out there, so it'd probably take me as long to get the UTV and drive out there as it would to walk right now. I use a cell phone out in the yard. I don't have a cell tower, but the the little sensors I have are a Wi-Fi, and unfortunately, they don't quite reach the house. I have to walk out in the yard about halfway for my cell phone to connect to those sensors. Um, they make other sensors that have a box that so you can booster, if you will, that helps out. The type I'm using, I use the Govee, Govee sensor, so you get what you pay for. Like I say, they're $14 sensors. So I mean, it'd be really nice if I could sit here in my shop and monitor uh, those highs, but right now that's just I can't do that right now. Tell you what, Hunter, if you stick around at the end of this chat, I will walk out to the bee yard. How's that? I will walk out to the apiary for you. Um, After we get off here and the folks have started to sign off, we'll take the few that are left and we'll go. That sounds good. Okay. Good. No, the bee box won't fit in here. That's my main laser here. Um, it won't fit in there. The height in that thing, it won't fit. It will if I if I laser it before I put it together. I can do it, but the height is close. I think I tried it. I think I'm off like 3 inches or 4 inches too tall to fit in to fit in the laser. So it's really, really, really close, but no cigar. So I can't put a completed box in the laser. Just before I put it together. I have played with a couple of them, but most of the time when I get equipment, I'm so anxious to get it in the yard. I'm busy gluing and screwing and putting it together, and bam, it's ready to go. I'm thinking I should have lasered that before I finished putting it together. So uh, that's what happens. What about frame tops? Oh, can I get them on? Yeah, they would probably. What would I laser on the frame? You say the frame tops. What were you thinking to laser? What on the? Yeah, frames would definitely fit in there. That wouldn't be a problem. Let me get. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right now I just use a magic marker uh, on most of my frames when I don't forget. On the marker on the frames uh, to let me know when I build them or put them out in the yard. Initially, I actually put the color of the foundation, yellow, black, etc. As it turns out, I really don't need that. Once they've built comb, it really doesn't matter. Um, that's one of those things I thought I would use later and really didn't. But I did use marker for the dates. Any other bee questions here? We'll wrap this up here. Um, do I favor a kind? Um, I just started using Premiere here in the last month, and I'll say the jury is still out. Um, I like what I've seen so far, but I won't go as far to say uh, I'm going to use all Premiere from now on. I'm not there yet. It's just way too early to say that. I know others have looked at it and said that they love it, and they have made those statements. Um, I'm not ready to do that at this point. Like I say, I've not had any problems so far with them, but I do like what I've seen. I just they just haven't been long enough in the hives to um, say for 100% these frames are so much better than any other type of frames that I've used. But I do plan on getting some more to try them. Uh, like I say, the reviews are pretty impressive. No, I don't know anything about that drawing. I guess it's something I need to look into. price on that Premier is supposed to be, according to Cayman, fantastic at the Hive Life conference in January. I guess they're striking a really great deal on that foundation for January. So that alone might make it worth uh, going that way if they get a really good price. Okay, I'm going to pretty much end this. What I'm going to do right now, like I say, hopefully we'll hit 500 here real soon. And like I say, you can help by sharing videos and hitting the thumbs up button. That's really appreciative. And that helps move things along. Again, sharing videos definitely helps a lot. Um, yes, Hunter, I'm going to do that just a moment. Um, that I really appreciate the support that you've all shown and hanging in here today while I worked out the difficulties and using the backup system for the live here. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take my grandson out to the apiary. You can stick around if you want to, but this is for my grandson here. So I'm going to walk out into the heat here. Okay. Okay, oops. There's the chickens. Okay. Let's walk out here. It's going to take just a couple minutes to Hunter. Okay. I'm going to turn this around so you can see the garden. It's growing like crazy. Okay. I don't know if you can see the apiary up there, Hunter. Resource hive is bearding. Okay. Here you go, Hunter. I'm gonna walk a little closer here. Okay. How was that, Hunter? Woohoo. Hey, Bruce. Thanks for joining. Um, did this for my grandson here. He wanted to see the apiary. The end of the chat here. So that's it, Hunter. Glad you got to see it. Love you, Hunter. So this is it. Appreciate y'all joining in. First live chat, not the last. Y'all have a great day, and join the stream team. They'll be on later this evening. Never miss them. So, bye.